again. Hello. It's Monday. It's everyone's favorite day. Give it up for Monday. Woo! Let's goes in chat. I'm gonna also do it. So you're not alone. Am I? I guess I could be a little bit bigger. There we go. Just a little bit. Just a dab will do ya. Am I too big now? I don't know if I'm too big now. Phrasing. Oh, we're gonna be fighting our ISP today, chat. And by we, I mean me. The second round of combat has been initiated. Within the last couple of streaming sessions, particularly on Saturday, I apparently had major bitrate death without really realizing it for at least 7 or 8 times. So basically every 45 minutes or so, just a constant bitrate loss parade, where every single one of the people that attended said parade is a single bitrate that was lost or destroyed or whatever it is that my ISP does with it when they're not giving it to me. Fourth technician is coming tomorrow. I look forward to him coming through the door, or her, him or her coming through the door, and me asking, hey, y'all get any of them's explanations or like notes, or do you even know why you're here? Because the last 3 times, aka every single time that a technician has come out, I have had to re-explain what's going on, why it's bothering me, why when they hook up their fancy little internet detector to my modem that they tell me without fail that the internet looks good. And then I have to follow it up by explaining to them, yes, it does look good in this specific circumstance. But if in order to show you what the nature of the issue is, I have to run a bandwidth test, and then you have to sit there for like 3 hours. I imagine you don't want to do that. And through these series of interactions with different facets and interesting quadrants of my ISP's, customer support department and maintenance and whoever else, I've gleaned that the problem isn't any of my equipment. Okay, that's been acknowledged. Equipment's been replaced repeatedly. Wires have been taken out and put back in and retightened and tightened repeatedly and everything that you could do to a cable has been done. All right, why they don't have like a log or like a history or something? Like, you have my account right there. You ask me for my account information. I'm gonna be bitching until we probably get a party or start 1,000 arms. So just like put me on mute, okay? Just put me on mute and just let me sort it out, and then I should be can't be bothered. Also, hello, Cyber. I'd welcome to the bullshit parade. And in short, TLDR. I should have probably given you the TLDR in the beginning. TLDR is that you should just be able to walk into the house based off of the information that I've given at least 4 times and be able to construct the very basic foundation of a theoretical idea of what's happening. All right? I shouldn't have to fucking paint like a Da Vinci-esque elaborate portrait for you every time I ask for help. It should be a thing. Fuck, even Comcast had notes on the account to see what happened last. So, in essence, it has nothing to do with my equipment. It has to do with quote-unquote noise coming from somewhere else. This noise is part and parcel with a coaxial existence and subsistence. Because coax is and cable is still the norm, it means that somehow, for technology reasons, somebody else's equipment, which could be like, I guess, just saturation bombed with like dog fur and just plastered with like grimy coffee stains or something like that. Somebody else isn't maintaining their equipment, and it's causing some kind of fucking cursed knock-on effect on in some kind of radius. It's basically like an AoE in an MMO. This thing is causing like a digital toxic cloud that is somehow affecting my shit. This was discovered by technician number 2. Technician number 2 inadvertently was like a maintenance supervisor or part of maintenance or in some kind of like affiliation within a series of like Fallout New Vegas style factions within this IT department. But he was like, yeah, we've been aware of this. It's hard for us to catch because it only happens like every 45 minutes or so. And because I guess that I'm the only streamer within like a 30-mile radius, that's the only real explanation. I'm the only one that's probably bitching about it or even noticing that it's there. Because when you are just watching TV or something, or like watching some show on Netflix or whatever, if any of you still use Netflix, you don't notice when you have these types of internet issues because the everything is set up to be buffering all the time. If it can make gains on what's about to be watched, your technology almost definitely will. That's just what it's set up to do. So I understand the place that these customer service people that I'm interfacing with and the technicians are coming from, and that not only in me are they dealing with somebody that has in fact turned it off and turned it on again repeatedly, even to the point that he has a fucking note card right next to his webcam that says reset router before stream ! Taped in such a way that it's and in a typeface, a written typeface of such enlargement that I literally cannot miss it. I just okay. So I'm gonna pull it back a little bit. I have prepared a pamphlet. Okay, never mind that my printer is working, because my printer could not be fucked to work today. I wrote the pamphlet. I can't print the pamphlet. The printer ink is coming in like 4 or 5 days, so that's a future Stoic thing that he can look forward to. Printing the pamphlet that he's almost certainly going to need when the technician is going to be coming tomorrow, and he's going to be all like, oh, hey, what seems to be the problem? And then I'm going to say, did they tell you anything about what the issue is? And they're going to be like, no, hit me. And I'm like, don't ask for anything you don't want. And I'm gonna start slapping my knees super hard, and then he's going to be starting to slap his knees, and then we're going to hug and make out a little bit, you know? Just things, just normal things that you do with your technician. We're both gonna be hot and bothered. He's gonna be so ready to fix the problem, and me is gonna be so ready to have the problem over with. That's just probably brass tacks is probably gonna come down to that. It always does. So he's gonna come over. I'm gonna tell him again. I'm gonna read off of my digital pamphlet, and I'm gonna say, it's not this. Here, I'll whip it out. Not that. Relax. Where is it? I'd like to access my phone, please. My ancient phone that's also in a toga. Where is it? Oh, the Stardew Valley stuff is, the music is really balancing me out. It's helping. It's helping, chat.
If only treasure could staunch the flow
Thank you.
of otherworldly corruption.
Thank you. I'm definitely full of salt. It takes me a long time to get here, so...
X100.
Apparently, if you want to get me to the point where I'm starting to, like, set myself off, give me internet issues for about 6 out of the 7 months that I've been living or dealing with something that is highly dependent on internet. Where is it? Where's my pamphlet? Okay, so something affects my upload strength and stability for 45 seconds to 3 minutes every 30 to 45 minutes. To the layman, that doesn't sound like shit. And in the grand scheme of things, and the heat and the perspective of the incoming heat death of the universe, and how we're all temporary, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I'm getting impacted this way, okay? But for Stoics, like the day to day, this 30 like 45 seconds to 3 minutes fucking sucks. It sucks real bad. It sucks awful. The modem will tell you it looks fine because it's fine for up to 45 minutes. That's what I'm going to tell him, because he's going to hook up his thing. He's going to say, I'm not seeing any issues. Like, no shit. The issue happens when direct connecting my computer to the modem. Router is not the issue. And just to be extra doubly super duper pooper scooper sure, we are in real time. Hi Soren, hi Boa. We are connected directly to the modem right now. As a fucking customer service representative was like, you might want to talk to your router manufacturer. It's not the fucking router. It's a fucking gaming router that has a fucking gamer port that's hooked up to my fucking gamer PC. Okay, it's not the router. It's not the router, bro. It's not. Before you have another technician coming in here and be like, well, we could give you our proprietary routers and just adds like $10 onto the bill. Like, no, it's not the router. It's not the router, bro, I swear. Issue happens when resetting the modem. 5 minutes unplugged, plug back in. Issue happens after ISP, almost doxed myself, remotely resets modem. Issue happens after replugging and retightening cables. Issue happens after replacing Ethernet cord. Issue happens after modem is replaced. It's been replaced up to 3 times. Issue did not happen when testing out of friends and families. Issue is local and not my computer. The issue is fixed when I had the second guy come out, say he identified the problem. And then the third guy came out after that second guy came out, and then was like, oh yeah, we'll just have our maintenance team come out and quote rebalance all the nodes. And that was the sauce. That was the moment, chat, that like actual medicine was applied to the gaping wound that was this fucking mission situation that's been going on for like 6 months, bro. It's been going on for like 6 months, bro. Okay. I do not need to retighten my cables. They're so tight. They're so tight in their chat. I could not get them any tighter. Okay. These cables are unbelievably tight in there. It's so tight, yes. It's just like he's gonna come. I hope that's a guy. I hope. Like, how many people could they possibly have? It's a tiny town. There's a statistical probability that I'm gonna get somebody that I've had before. I'm praying that it is the second technician or the third technician that comes out. I pick the same time slot every single time, so unless they're like bound by whatever gods that they practice over there at my my internet service provider to rotate their people out to prevent exhaustion from people like me, I pray that I'm gonna get the second or the third guy. I don't want the first guy. I don't think that I made the mistake in only capturing the second guy's name, because I had just assumed that after explaining for the 8 millionth time to the 8 millionth customer service representative the nature and the scope of my issue and the fix that was elaborated to me by their own fucking IT department, that it would be fixed. So I wouldn't have to get this. I wouldn't have to be like this. I wouldn't have to be like this. I wouldn't have to be reduced to this, dude. You're gonna make me fucking print pamphlets. I'm gonna give you a pamphlet as soon as you walk through the door. Okay? Don't make me like this. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to just have stable internet so that I could broadcast in front of a live studio audience this fucking double-decade-old MMORPG that's old enough to drink and vote without it getting buffered every 45 minutes, dude. Thank you, Felicity, for contributing to the So Extreme challenge. I blacked out there for a second. Let me catch up on chat. Thank you, Lissa. Hi, Lissa. I'll do the fancy aura. Oh, my fucking hang on, something else is broken. My hear myself button is broken. It's not even lighting up anymore, and I know it's capable of lighting up. It's just that voice mod cannot be fucked. Just like my printer can't be fucked, just like my internet. I see. So, nobody's. I guess we're just deciding if it's a piece of electronics equipment, we're just deciding not to participate, huh? I could do that too. How about this? Okay, voice changer is fine. Hi, Verapaz18. Thank you for donating. It's good to see you. Voice mod needs to be running. Voice mod is running. Am I gonna crash my OBS if I restart this shit? It's already running. I assure you, Stream Deck, it is. We're 75% of the way there to the Stoic Stream Challenge, where it's like the say something Stoic redeem, except it lasts the entire time. And to be honest with you, it's hearing myself talk about the philosophy that keeps me psychologically balanced is for 3 hours is probably going to be what I need most. I would like to reinitialize. Is music supposed to be running? It is. Is it not running? It's not running. Why is my music not going? There we go. You guys could. You guys are just sitting in silence as a strange robot man was fucking rifling off. Any little pet peeve that he had? You're so good to me, Cyber. You help me both in game and out, and it's greatly appreciated and noticed. Okay, I have the ability to hear myself at will. Huzzah! There we go. Perfect. Amazing. All we had to do was spend like 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds to 45 seconds, bro. Just fixing one problem. Just add it to the laundry list. Just cross it off ahead of time. If nobody wants a summoner in like 30 minutes, then we'll make our own party. We don't need anybody except our own grit, right? This is like Van America, right? Where basically Juno is like the Texas of Vanadil, right? So we're gonna pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps. I thought the silence was for the effect. I appreciate how much you faith you faith in me. Yes. No, we'll just say it like that. How much you faith in me? Stoic your blood pressure, all the broken. Check Stoic's running temperature, so you're gonna melt your internal components at this rate. We still have a little bit of a ways to go. If you can, I know it doesn't seem like it. I have officially I haven't felt the emotion of anger, like real anger, in, I would guess, 9 years. I remember the last time that I got like actually angry, and I vacated the premises, and I basically had a conversation with myself to bring me emotionally back in line. Okay, we're not at anger yet. I don't know what anger is going to look like in this circumstance or any other. And now that I've acclimated to the new way that I've trained my brain to work, all right? We went from, if I was going to explain it in like DEF CON terms, the first 6 months of having this issue is like a solid DEF CON 5. It's not even registering that there's a true problem that needs me to devote any additional energy and gumption to resolving. All I have to do is present issue, explain issue, and then maybe I'll have to remind some people some of the time, maybe more often than I really need to. Maybe in situations where there really should be some kind of like note taking or any kind of log or history or something in the background that is going to show said person who is interfacing with me in a customer service role what is happening, so I don't have to explain it every time. Okay, we are now at DEF CON 4. DEF CON 4 is when I start making pamphlets. DEF CON 4 is when I start assuming that you are not doing your job properly, and that I need to get weird with my explanations. I need to get weird with the material that I prepare in order to make sure that there is no confusion at all about what my position is and what your position should be based on the 100% of the money that I pay to you in return with whatever service that you're returning to me, okay? I don't know what DEF CON 3 looks like. This technician that's visiting tomorrow is going to determine whether we go whether we coast on DEF CON 4 for a while or if we go immediately to 3. Hi Omega. It's good to see you, my friend. Hi, I blacked out again. Hello, my wife. It's so good to have you back. I'm sorry that I colossally fucked up your buttered noodles and that I made them probably the most al dente that you can possibly make noodles. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think they could be any more al dente than that. I boiled them for like 6 minutes, dude. It's not my fault that everything is chronically breaking around me. All right, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to hold it together. You should have just eaten them out of the box. I mean, they weren't. I would say they're about 5% soft. All right, I put a lot of hard things in my mouth over the years, and that was not like in the top 10. Thank you, Soren, for donating. What was that? ZD? I think it was like it was it was 9 parts. 9 parts, some kind of Italian shit. I don't know what was on the box. I'd have to fish it out of the trash, really. To tell you, it was like Italiano something. Some kind of Mario Brothers thing. I don't know. And then there was like 10 parts ZD. So it's like maybe mixing the noodles made the chemical composition of both noodles kind of not gel with each other. I'm not a chemist. I'm also not a chef. I tried to make butter noodles and I somehow failed at that. I also cannot make rice. So if you want other cursed knowledge about me, I understand that your first reaction is probably what do you mean you can't make rice? I mean, every single time that I try to prepare rice, like take the rice that is hard from the box and I boil it, and what comes out the other end is not what you put in there. I Pet Cemetery rice. If you've ever read Pet Cemetery, you know that what goes into the ground is not the same thing that comes back out of it. Same thing with rice. Okay, same thing. Buy a rice cooker. I suggested that in the past, and much like my blender, I don't think the chances are very high that it's going to see enough utility to warrant its expense. How many points for Stoic to play Visage? Hi, first time chatter. Nightthorn. It's good to see you, my friend. What is Visage? I recognize the name, but I haven't. It's not parsing. Visage video game. Visage is a first-person psychological horror game. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. First-person psychological horror game explore a mysterious, ever-changing, out and slow-paced, atmospheric world that combines both uncannily comforting and horrifying realistic environments, blah, blah, blah. #1 movie in America. The game focuses on exploration. I think I remember something about this. Aren't you, like, housekeeping? No. Yes? I'd be willing to do it. I've been wanting to either play something like this or Stasis Bone Totem, which probably means nothing to you. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed. How much is it? $35! That's like 10 gallons of orange juice. It does look good though. I'll definitely consider it. For sure. That's like, I could either have 10 gallons of orange juice or I could have spooky times, and I am due for some spooky times. I don't think that Barotrauma, which we play on a regular basis now, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Original Equivalent every Saturday. It's a little bit spooky, but it's less spooky when you have buddies with you. I played it and I had goosebumps like crazy the whole time. If it's not like, if it focuses on the atmospheric horror and like some jump scares, I'd be down for it. Was that a lot of hard things in your mouth? Hard things, yeah. Box has to cook for like 10 minutes, but if you need like 15 minutes, as they're really thick. The noodles or the rice? The noodles, I'm assuming. He's failed every time he has made rice. I succeeded one time. In the sense that it wasn't basically like garbage. It was exactly one time when it wasn't like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild where you combine a bunch of random ingredients together and it tells you like unidentifiable mess comes out of it. There was one time where it actually just made rice, or like an approximate. If I had a rice cooker, I would probably use it a lot, but I don't know how expensive they are. Let's take a look. Let's take a gander, shall we? A little glancy poo. Do they have an Amazon Basics rice cooker? Rice cooker. Wow, there's a lot of variants, huh? Yum Asia secure rice cooker with ceramic bowl and advanced fuzzy logic. Only $160. There's, I mean, they range quite a bit, huh? I guess I don't need like a nuclear powered rice cooker. Do I? Wife, do we need a, what's my allowance for rice cookers? This is helping me wean my way back up to DEFCON 5, but every 10 seconds, like the awareness seeps back in that I'm gonna have to do immortal verbal combat with the technician as he comes through the door, which, to be honest with you, is gonna be like me being relentlessly nice. But in the back of the technician's head, he's gonna be like, is he gonna kill me in Minecraft? No, as long as you do what I tell you to do, which is to get in your fucking van, get your fancy van with the ladders on top, fucking call up Rich, ask Rich to do whatever he did a second time so I can have a month of the internet that I'm due. I just ask for another month. If I have to have like a dude on rotation whose only job is to go out and checks notes, rebalances the nodes, I'm fine with that. I'd even be willing to pay for that. I shouldn't need to, but I would be willing to. All right, we're talking about rice cookers. Cheap ones are fine. If you're actually going to use it, you may get one. I see a bunch of cheap ones. Yeah, like they're really good. Now, do I have to fry the rice, or does this thing know how to fry the rice? Like, do you have one that can make just like fried rice? Like you put regular rice in it and it makes it like you get from the Chinese restaurants or whatever? Is that a thing? Can I have that? Add rice and water and push button. I want one where I can tell it like I want house fried rice, and then like I put the rice in there and then it bam, it gives me the fancy rice with all the little vegetables and egg bits and beef. It's got some beef in there and shrimp. I want like little shrimps in there. Doesn't fry it, just cooks it. Then what the fuck am I getting this for? For regular rice that I then have to fry? Like, would I take it back out and then fry it? How am I supposed to get the fried rice, chat? We have to have somebody in chat that's like a fucking fried rice aficionado, okay? Just regale me from step A through X what I need to do to put rice in this thing and have it come out fried. Like, there's air fryers. Did nobody invent the rice fryer yet? That seems like an extreme oversight. Order from the Chinese restaurant? That's what I'm trying to avoid. I mean, I'm not trying to avoid it, actually. I go out of my way sometimes, at least every couple of weeks. I'm like... I just waltz up to the counter, and I'm like, hey, I would like one of your finest fried rices, please. Because I'm human, and we talk like that, right? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, that'll be 15-20 minutes. And then I wait, and then they produce rice. It's crazy. I don't know how they do it. They have to have their own machine. They have to have a machine that fries it. You can't tell me there's a guy back there manually frying the rice. Like when you fry the rice, do you just do it like all like one kernel at a time, or is it just like do they lay them flat and then they kind of like they get like a little spatula? They get like a little like a tiny spatula. They flip over each grain as it gets fried, and they recombine it together like a potion. Like a concoction of fried rice, and they hand it to me. Is that what happens? Have you never made fried rice? I have not. As previously mentioned, I have successfully made rice, and there's a big ass asterisk at the end of that statement, exactly once. Exactly once. And every time after that, I think I've basically created life that should not be. Somehow there's like a fucking cursed soul that makes it into the rice thereafter and renders it unfit for human consumption. I want one that cleans itself. Well, I want one that fries its rice. I don't know if they're... I feel like it's gonna be hella expensive to have one that fries the rice for you and cleans itself. Is that even possible for it to clean itself? Like, how does it do it? Like, it can't scrub itself unless it has like little rice cooker arms, right? I'm gonna put in a device that's strictly suited and custom purposely built to make rice. I'm gonna fuck up somehow. And I know that's like anti... I don't know. That's like reverse copium or whatever. Maybe I do feel like it would like entice me to make rice more often. I do think that that's the case. Rice cookers are great. Throw some frozen veggies in there, whole ass lunch. I'll write it down. I'll write it down. I had in my little note card here that tells me what I need to pay attention to next. Look into rice cookers, because it is something that I mentioned to my beautiful wife, whose loveliness matches that of like the oceans and the sun and the stars and the moon. That we could probably benefit from having one. I think I spent $20 on my rice cooker, and it's been going for years. You don't need a $200 cooker. I absolutely would not get a $200 cooker. My thinking, our thinking is entwined. Okay, same brain right now. Same brain. We're gonna play Thousand Arms for just a little bit. If you don't remember where we are, that's fine. We went through an ice cave to become like the next whatever. I almost said next Kikaku. That's not it at all. The next like Sharingan. What's the Naruto thing? Where like Naruto, it goes through that whole dealio where he's like fighting the other ninjas, and it's kind of like a battle royale thing. And next Hokage. That's it. I've ever mentioned that Soak's vision is pretty bad. Why does that matter? What do you mean? You got something to say to me, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. The Jonin exam? No, like he's trying to become like the Hokage or whatever, right? And then he meets that lady, that ninja lady that's wearing like basically just fishnets over her boobs. And I don't know how they I don't know why Funimation or whatever didn't put like giant no signs over her honkers, because they were definitely out there. You couldn't see anything except the circumference, but you know, it's enough to get weird. for sure. Are we watching the same thing? Is this our version? It's not. It's the fucking... It's not what's her face that's blind and also hot. Fishnet, boob, Naruto, lady. There's no way that I don't find it. Yes. This one. Hang on. Gotta make sure that you don't see anything untoward. No, I don't want to. I know she has big bazonkers. Okay, just let me. Anko Minarashi. Hang on. Here, I'll show you. Okay, there it is. It's this lady. You know? It's just fishnets, and I don't think that she's, unless there's more to the outfit that I'm not parsing, or like those fishnets do be extra thick or whatever. No, he doesn't fight her. She just kind of appears. They have, yes, that's what I'm saying. They have some kind of tournament, and they have to learn to be ninjas. and she appears and is all like, Naruto, how's it going? You know, she's like that. You know how she is. You know what she says. That's her opener every time. Okay, let's play some Thousand Arms. We're gonna play it for like, I don't know, fucking 10 minutes. Maybe just getting through the cutscene, and then we'll have to make our own party, I think. The holy flame draws power from the mind, the darkness draws from hatred, the light draws from higher love.
The flame instills power to the swords. The one who obtains the power of the holy flame can use the elemental beasts.
Sacred altars lie in various places. Use the holy flame to forge swords. Alight your hammer with the holy flame.
I don't know who these guys are. I've beaten this game about 1,000 times over my lifetime. I had no idea, truly.
To protect the holy flame from the evil.
I said Jonin, I looked it up, Chunin exam where Rock Lee fights Gaara. I remember there was a snake guy. I think his name was Snakeman or something, like Liquid Snake. And he's all like, ooh, I'm bad. I'm like Voldemort from the Harry Potters except a ninja. Direct quote. The power of water is upon you. I am a Queen, the elemental beast of the water. That Aquasi got me acting unwise. You get summons in this game. There's a lot that happens in this game that gets overlooked. This is probably one of the most underrated cult classy video games out there. I can feel the power. What does it feel like, mice? This is great. The power flows from the hammer. Jabal told me to impart the power of the elemental spirits. You need the love of a girl who's of pure heart and soul. Mice, let's forge a sword together. I know it sounds embarrassing, but I'd like to be of help to you. Okay. Do we use this? I have no weapon to be fortified? That seems like an oversight. What do you mean I don't have any weapon to be fortified? Oh, I have to go backwards, I think? I'd like to go to Sacred Smithy, please. At your earliest convenience. Target acquired. Sending a sacred altar to information. Damn, we were being followed. Information on the sacred altar is being sent. Oh, fuck. The attack with Earth, man. I guess, fuck it. $18 sucks. Just bury me. This is like a better use of my time. They came in here with 3 potions. Pretty impressive. I mean, it's like the stone spell in Final Fantasy 11. It sucks. It's not good. My weapon is so fortified, though. This is just a guy, is the thing. We'll clear this boss and then we'll play the game. Does the back person just support? Exactly. So this game is strange in that only the frontline fighters actually do anything. You can cast some support spells, which apparently have none, from the back line, or use items. Just like that, we killed God. Let's go. I'm gonna turn up the volume a little bit. Actually, should be able to raise it from here. Yeah, mice. The ancient master said there are sacred altars all over the world. Let's go through Fortive and go to Hubtoba and Sea Rock. That should lead us to the next sacred altar and the next waifu. I know for sure. I know that it's coming. And we're out just like that. Maybe we'll meet the next waifu. That'd be neat. That would be neat. You would enjoy that, chat. Am I broken? What did she say? Where did I need to go? Sea Rock? Something about Fortive? We need more items. This is one I know. Hello, Crucian. How you doing? You missed me absolutely going off on my ISP. For how long have we been live? For the first like 30, 40 minutes, something like that. It was a good time. Smiles were had. Ooh, mice is so powerful, and what a Hunkosaurus Rex. And we got some replacement potions. I love that for us. So the moral of this story is that I can no longer trust my ISP to do ostensibly the correct thing, which is to just like determine and then fix the problem in its finality. Like, just do what I pay you and have paid you regularly, not a single missed payment for 9+ months. Just do it. Let's buy, I don't know. It says in stock 2. Did you buy? Oh, in stock for me. We'll buy another 20. That's fine. I don't remember buying like 8,000 potions in here. I saw a bit earlier you were doing a test. Yeah. It was like 5 people that came in, even though it expressly said, do not bother. Literally nothing is happening. Don't worry about it. Come back when stream time is actually happening. And motherfuckers just hung out in here, which I appreciated, right? And I guess it was kind of a banger, the soundtrack that I had going on in the background, which is actually taken from this game. I need to go to Fortive, and I do not remember where West is. Over here? They said something about Fortive, so I'm assuming that we have to go that way. Getting those Stoa coins? Yeah, man. If there was any time to farm, it would definitely be that one. It would definitely be that time. Weirdly enough, even though only the frontline person does a lot of like the heavy lifting in Thousand Arms, you can have up to 3 people. I don't remember what I have them doing though, is the thing. I remember the very final boss being like an absolute shit show and being like serious body horror, so if we ever get that far, I'll be looking forward to it. Okay, we got a cutscene, so presumably you have to be here. Sadina, well, you're both right. I heard what happened to Jabal. Don't get discouraged, Sadina. We were attacked during the invasion of Boisby, only if I were there to help. Damn, those dark acolytes, I ain't gonna forget them. I'll go with you guys. My strength is that of 100 men. He is pretty strong. You sure are cool, Musa. There's no reason to put him down. I'm better than that. It's great to know you're coming with us. All right, Sadina, Musa, let's head to the sacred altar. I think we need to actually pass through here. Yes, we could not go through here before. Meanwhile... Oh, Ratchet has a crush. Ratchet has a crush on Schmidt.
You are Dark Master, a spirit blacksmith with the power of darkness.
This guy fucks. Okay, you can tell it from the confidence that he has when he's fucking rolling those R's and S's in the word darkness. I can't prove it. I could look it up. Like, it's the age of the internet, right? But this guy sounds a lot like his shadow from the Lex science fiction space opera comedy weird thing. This is not gonna ring any bells because much like Lex is like the Thousand Arms of science fiction shows. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's not gonna parse.
Yes, sir.
In order for us to rule the world, we need the power of the light. Your father and grandfather were both talented spirit blacksmiths.
Incredibly good voice actor, whoever he is.
I know you can use the power of the light.
I know this is not what it is, okay? But the evil guy's, the Emperor's face looks like a steering wheel, and I can't unsee it, so you also cannot unsee it.
Why are you giving an order to a stupid human? Are we not capable? Give me the order!
Oh my god, he's getting pissed.
You have the power of both the light and darkness.
He has to say darkness every time like that. I love it, dude.
You can do this.
He's such a... I'd sit for this guy. If he, I would watch him if he
I
twitched.
command you to help him.
I wish I sounded like that.
Me? Okay, I will do my best.
I forgot that Bolt sounds like this. My man's does not even walk, he just glides a little bit. What a powerful glide.
So that is the Dark Master.
If you've never played this game for yourself, chat, and you have any inkling or preference or desire at all to play anything PS1 related, this is good. This is really good. It deserves to be played at least once. We're gonna see if we can encounter our second waifu, and then we will look for a party. We have like 5 minutes left until we're officially an hour in. And it's definitely worth it, so you can see why I had for the longest time one of my first anime crushes ever. Is this Sea Rock? Where is it? Oh my god. And apparently I broke my turbo function. I love that for me. Never mind. It is turbo. Oh, he's here now. Honestly, Musa should be in front everywhere. He's like TJ Sid. How about next character? This guy's gonna push my shit in. I don't remember this guy being this strong. So each of the characters, when they're not doing anything, have like a little neat move that they can do. That's kind of cute. His horse turned into like a little pogo version. Muza's just so strong, dude. Muza should always be in front. I was a fool and a charlatan for not having him in front the whole time. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what this is other than you don't know how to talk with women to women in this game. That's not true! I got my intimacy with Sedina up to like level 4, man. I got married at level 3 to my wife, so I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good. What are you doing, Sto, bro? I don't know, man. What are any of us doing? I put Musa in front. He's the dedicated tank and damage dealer of this whole interchange. I'm trying to go to this fucking seaside place. I don't remember where it is. Here? Oh my god. We have to go around, I think. But this is definitely it. We're so close. We're so close to waifu number 2. We're so close, chat. Twister Blade. The most OP move of the whole game. Let's go. 62 dudes. Fucking crazy. And he spends 1 EP for that. And he crits all the time. And he has a big ass sword. My boyfriend approves of your listed Final Fantasy XI goals, especially the last one. There's been a lot of effed up S that I put as my goals. That's definitely pretty much up there. I think
Mice, look, it's
okay,
so
we're doing voice
beautiful
acting.
here.
One of the worst ones is probably like the Galka and Elven hybridization program. No, that wasn't it. The worst
I've
one is
never
probably
seen
like
such a beautiful
kidnapping
place
high-ranking
This is my
Windursian
first time
officials
outside of Boise.
like Taras and using them as living batteries like one of the Matrix movies.
Were you and Jobble born in Boisby?
I'm not sure. All I know is that since I was little, it's always been just Jabal and me.
Why do ladies not dress like this more often?
That I learned back home. Good timing.
Can I ask
is
that
important
any
for
of the many ladies? I know I'm like my demographic is like disproportionately ladies. I actually don't know that. I think it's still disproportionately dudes. But of the ladies that are here, would you wear like big ass ribbons on your? Nobody's cosplayed Sunina, so one of you has to start. The Boa, I choose you.
Dealing with enemies and impressing women.
It was a different time, chat. I'm gonna be gallant.
So Dina, I will protect you from now on. I'll take over Jobble's
I
responsibility.
don't know, because
So
you're
don't
right
worry,
there.
Just follow me.
Just put the bows on. NRP hands you giant ass bows. Just put them on your shoulders. Try it out.
Mice. It's very
The
nice
giant
of you to say
cowbell
that.
that Sedita wears for some reason. I'm not kink shaming, but that's optional. You don't have to wear that.
I guess you didn't need my advice after all. Honesty is good when it comes
Your
to
boobs
women,
would drown
huh?
the bows? I don't know until you put them on. The giant bows would have to be starched as hell to keep that shape. Anyway, let's go to the city over there, mice. Okay, it's almost here. Ancient memories are telling me that the second waifu is inbound. And then we'll play the game that we originally set out to play. Okay. Let's do it. If you're ever wondering where my my break music comes from, it's literally this place. I think she's here, isn't she? I'm not talking to anyone. I just want to see the waifu. Is she not here? I thought she ambushes me. Spoilers, possibly. Okay, we will explore later. I don't know where she is. You'll know her when you see her. You literally can't miss her. We're gonna save state 1, save state 2. We're gonna pause it. Put the music back on. I said entry game player toggle. There we go. All right. Oh, how do people play this video game? Horizon XP camps. Let us take a big old gander. If I can help it, I want to be level 40. so I can actually use some of my recently gained spells. Level 40. The Yote Telepoint. Do I have something that can take me over there? I ain't talking to another human being. Yote is right there. There's a Black Bolt. How you doing, my friend? Are you two here to Pog? I cannot warp to Yote. I have to talk to somebody. Teleport Yote. Can I have it? Money colon you can have this. How's your day, Mr. Black Bolt? Let me check you out. God damn, dude. You got the Peacock Amulet, the Empress Hairpin. That was pretty good. Well deserved. Let's see where this individual is. Alright, we are on our way to be gamers. It's good. You're almost 90 goldsmithing? Jesus Christ. I mean, you could probably still make stuff now that would make good money, wouldn't it? Like the +1 rings that people pay like 10,000 for. The +2 dexterity and whatnot. Where is he? Where's my man's? Accept your money. 2,000. Cheer. All right, we're gonna shout some people out. Shout out Felicity Ryan. Felicity is an amazing individual that is as fun to be around as she is to interact with. She plays a lot of variety games, some of which are spoopy, so you're into that and a good time. Make sure that you follow her. It's extremely well deserved. Shout out Boa Kumi. Boa is a quote big titty goth GF frog witch that also plays a lot of spoopy variety. And she draws. She's excellent at drawing. I'm gonna spam the emote that she made for me in about 20 minutes. It is probably one of the most high quality emotes that I've ever laid eyes upon, especially for something done in like spur of the moment 20 minutes. So if you need emotes, she's right there. Definitely deserves a look and a follow. Take care. This band is pretty amazing. There is nobody here, so we can probably make some good use out of these kitty cats. So we found the camp. Amazingly, there's nobody here. The only thing that's a little bit weird with this camp is that you have to avoid some of the rocks because corals that do be looking inward the wrong way, and I don't mean in an introspective sense. I mean like they see through the rock. Can catch your party unawares. We are, of course, content, happy to fulfill the main healer role. If God, Altana, or Prometheus, whatever your chosen flavor, smiles upon us to be a main healer. See all. What? 40? Let's do 39 to 48. Inv. Oh, there's our tank right there. Assuming that they're willing to come out here. Level sync 40 party. Do you need it? Position. Yoder Jungle by Crystal. And let us invite the other healer that I'm seeing, just for being doubly sure that nothing untoward is gonna happen. We want to make sure that our babies are taken care of. Low level sync 40 party. Do you need it? Position. The other jungle by Crystal. I don't know if Yame is still in here, but I'll shout her out too. She has amazing hair. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So you should just, you know, follow her and whatnot. All the people I'm recommending, I recommend for some reason. Nope. You are not a replacement. This is a fresh party. All I had to do was ask, am I a rep, to instantly know his pain. I am not. You are not a rep, my friend. That is the ninja, I'm assuming it is. Low level sync 40 party. Do you need it? Position Yoder jungle by Crystal. E/ninja for some reason. I'm not really a huge fan of that, and that scares me. Level sync 40 party. Do you need it? Position Yoder jungle by Crystal. I always now say new party whenever I ask people. I can't do the whole rep thing anymore. I don't blame you. Rep culture is fucked in this game. I try to be the difference maker. I try to be the guy that says, like, that gives people at least an hour of like actual party time. I watch for that shit. I prep for that shit. I regularly successfully avoid that shit. See all Gibbles. Let's grab J-Dogs, as I will now call him. Nope, it is not just us. That's kind of a weird question. It is not going to be just us killing things here. Hello. Oh, 39. We need another healer, and then I can start reaching out for general people looking to party. Low level sync 40. Party. Do you need it? Position Yoder jungle. Yell? No, not yell. We can't yell in here. It's not a yellable zone. Hello. Level sync 40 party. Do you need it? Position Yoder jungle. By Crystal. What's up, Gibble? Red Mage Pref. I will be your +1. I'm gonna have to take off for E&Ms. Good luck, guys. Person logged on. Hell yeah. See, all 39. Already lost one. Good start. And low level sync 40 party. Do you need it? Position Yoder jungle by Crystal. Yes, please. Let's go. Low level sync 40 party. Do you need it? Position Yoder jungle by Crystal. Cyber, your comment in chat. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it still had flag up. It's a giant fucking exclamation point next to your... That's okay. Smiley face. It's a giant fucking exclamation point, bro. Next to your name. What do you mean you forgot? Okay, let's see who responded. We're like 50% AFK right now. Black Raindrops. You can come as War instead if you like. A white mage just popped into party, or still come as red mage. Either is fine. And then I will see what he says. All right, he's gonna come as warrior instead. That sounds grand. Hello, welcome. Let's take a big old glancy poo. So we have a puller, we have a tank, we have a couple of main healers. Takes a little side wink into the camera. And a damage dealer. So now we just need another damage dealer of some description. This Taru Beastmaster looks good. I think. Is that one that he just reached out to? I've invited so many Tarus. I'm kind of losing track. Hello, level sync, 40 party. Do you need it? Position Yoder Jungle. By Crystal. Weird No Galka invites her said, don't make this a thing. This is not a thing. Just because there was a situation where I could have invited the same job, and one happened to be a Taru and one happened to be a Galka, and I chose the Taru on a gut instinct. Does not imply anything. I'm doing 3-1 really fast. Okay. Then why are you looking for a party? Why is it be like it is? Hey, bud, you want to come to the movies? Yeah, I would, but I'm eating spaghetti. Really quick. I don't think that's exactly 1-to-1, but in my head it sounded better. 39, 48, invite. We're running out of people that want to play the video game. Level sync. I'm gonna have to invite another summoner if this doesn't. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. Just be confusing as shit. Party. Do you need it? Yoder Jungle. Position. You're better off asking someone else? No, I am. By Crystal. It's all Tarus now, so I don't even have a choice. They make Galka stay in the mines 24/7. No, this one's outside of the mines. I don't exactly know what he's doing outside the mines, but he's here. You buy the OP. I'm by the Crystal. See all 40, 39 to 48. Invite. We're officially down to 2 individuals, one of which appears to be hella AFK. Oh, that's fine. Oh, that's so fine. Oh, fine. That's so fine. That's okay. While we're waiting on this person that is flagged to party to see if they want to party, there is a small chance, not guaranteed, but small, that for a limited time only, I might be doing like a second round of Barotrauma with the same group that we've been playing with on Saturdays. Probably somewhere in the middle of the week. Maybe if I can swing it and I'm feeling okay about it, like a Tuesday or a Thursday, maybe on Wednesdays, even though that runs into my bread and butter Final Fantasy 11 time. So that'd be tough. That'd be tough for me to swing. More and more every stream, the real Stoic shows himself by making sure to never invite Galka. It's not like that. Don't make it like that. It's not a thing. Okay, this person doesn't want to play the video game. If this second summoner does not... Hello, level sync, 30, 40 party. We'll just have 2 summoners. Position, Yoder Jungle by Crystal. Please play the video game. Yes, please, let's go. And then I'm gonna get hit with the why do we have 2 summoners? It's because you're the only individual. Very lucky. Hello. That responded. It's a social experiment, chat. It's a social experiment when you're trying to become a party leader because you have out of like the 10 people that could be looking for a party, maybe 2 or 3 are going to actually be there and ready to do the thing. At least 2 are going to be like, I forgot that I was looking for a party. Another 2 to 3 are going to be like, sorry, I have to go wash my balls. I just realized. Like they're really needing it. I know that I'm looking for a party. I know that I don't have my search comment up that correctly says that I could be washing my balls at any moment. So make sure to prioritize me for invitation. 2 summoners and party is pretty nice. It is, yeah. I just have to make sure that we're not crossing wires somehow. What is that symbol that you just posted in chat? Ear? Oh, that you heard that. I'm not saying, like, I already took care of business today. All right, I do my due diligence. I wash my balls before I go into a party, just like everyone else does. Okay. Everybody should. There's a lot that can go on down there. You got to make sure that shit is ready to go when somebody invites you. Sorry, goldfish is drowning, can't party right now. So true. I'm gonna use a little Stoics room. I will be right back. Don't fucking go anywhere. All right, we are back. Welcome to the #1 Final Fantasy 11 stream asterisk on Twitch. Hell yeah.
Bing, 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 bing. Bingo.
I hit it on the mark.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Ultra combo.
All right, we're back. We're back. People are getting teleported. Hell yeah. And just like that, they drop in like the Warhammer 40k spacemans or whatever, the guys in the giant robot suits, or they fight the they fight the Zerg or whatever. I think you've heard of 40k. I don't need to break down lore for you. Look at all the little babies. There's so many little babies here. Oh man, I'm getting sent back in time and space to the time that we were doing COP and the Mountain Dew children were around. Corals, filling in gaps with crawlers, but 90% corals. Joy, hell yeah, brother. That's why you have like 8,000 sources of healing. All right, I'm gonna level sync us to level 40. And no, I need to equip my ring first. My chariot band. I'm gonna see what kind of buffs this summoner does, if anything. Maybe I'll just try to fucking Rolling Thunder around him. There's a lot of melee that's going on, enough to warrant Rolling Thunder, I think. Rolling Thunder and attack with the Ifrit. It's probably going to be the name of the game. I would imagine. I would. Let's eat some mushroom stew. Yep. Just watch the rock gaps. Sometimes the kitties can catch you. As long as you position pretty good, it's kind of like a non-issue. Just anywhere. Anywhere is good. Just don't be where there are gaps and you're fine. Wow, what did I say? I don't even remember. Or were you replying to NoFlow's comment? You have to wash your balls twice a day, just like brushing your teeth. Don't want ball cavities. So it's what an alarming image that you just put in my head. Jesus. That's why I like having you around. You make me think of new horrible things. NoFlow, I greatly appreciate that. I can open with Crescent Fang. While Sing, or what is the other one called? Viper Bite. Spire. Presumably the thief is pulling. I did get my Carby mitts, much thanks to Cyber Gem. Very happy with that. Let's get a Frit out and start building some muscle memory. Crimson Hell is 39 if I remember correctly. And because we have one summoner already, is there any way I can be positioned so I'm not like hitting the rock every time? This should be good. I know it seems like I'm being antisocial towards my fellow comrades in arms, but I'm really not. Let's move up the thief to be right next to me. It is pretty nice to have Carbuncle cost only 1 per tick. Feels real nice. Fenrir is what? What do I have? Nothing. Nothing on Fenrir. He's just there to attack. Let's pop up the jams a little bit. This is good. I would check to make sure it's not too loud for you. I gotta make sure that your little earlobes don't blow out. I don't want anything blowing anything on my stream. If I can help it. Sometimes you can't. What if I move music down just a smidge? That looks better. Alright, Crescent Fang. And that should kill it. With the Viper Bite or Wasp thing. I think they have access to Viper Bite by now. I think the Thief gets Viper Bite. They do be chasing. All right, pretty good. With my Summoner Staff, I do get +3 healing or resting MP, in addition to the +5 resting MP I get from my Mushroom Stew. Very happy about that. I can't wait until I become a fully fledged main healer. When I hit 42, it's gonna be so nice. We're gonna get Fenrir out, and then we'll do Crescent Fang. Go get him. Go get him. Fuck him up. Looks good. We'll summon a Frit to apply attack up again. Don't mind if I duificate. It is so nice to get a giant bundle of summoning magic skill just for doing my job. It's all chats and wanting the true main healer to finally present itself on the stream. I'm getting there. It's only a couple of levels now. It's gonna be bussin'. I mean, it's already a shade of bussin' already. This is a different flavor of bussin'. Do I have Selena yet? I do. I should probably have it on me, although the white mage is taking care of it. Oh, we're level 41. Let's go. Woo! Hell yeah! All according to Keikaku. Keikaku means plan. I don't need to summon it for it. I'm just gonna be overlapping. Is there anything else that I would want to get out here? Maybe Garuda? Even though the two of the people that should have shadows do have shadows. Probably don't need to worry about it. I can just keep Fenrir out. I'll make the boosting attack be my thing. We already have another summoner. I don't know what the fuck Fenrir is doing just then. You already have another summoner out. I am a damage dealer as far as I'm concerned. I also have 30 Yag drinks on me, so I can become the Beastmaster. So the thief will be able to reliably set out every couple of rounds. That sounds right to me. Is there anything that I can combo though with the ninja? I'm sure that there is. Thank you, NoFlub, for contributing to the Stoic Stream Challenge. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Alright, then we'll summon a Frit. Get him out here. Crimson Helmy. Looking good, looking good. Then we get Fenrir out. And then we repeat this for 3 hours. 2 or 3 hours, something like that. The thief is very nicely asking if he can stat off of him, off of the warrior. I would say so. If he's shadowed up, ain't really a big deal. Let's see. It feels pretty right to have Summoner up, man. Like I've mentioned variously before on this year's stream, I wasn't sure if it was going to do anything for me per se for the first 20 levels or so, but since I had access to a wide variety of buffs, it feels nice. Now that I have Carby Mitts, I definitely, and you know, the whole 2.5 million that I invested in later summoner items, I think it's incumbent upon me to make sure that I get this thing up to 75, which I never expected myself to do. I never got summoner up to 75. I got it up to maybe like 20 about 1,000 years ago in the before times, in the long ago. on retail, I think most of my effort, if not all of my effort, went into Blue Mage as soon as possible on Eden, so nothing else really had a chance. Like, Paladin was a close second, but I only got Paladin so that I could get to access to Otter God areas and do what I had to do there. We're gonna be greedy and get one more tick. There we go. One thing I made sure to do, which I'm normally extremely cautious of, and because I don't really understand it that well, is I got a Lua set up for a summoner. Because I tried to reason in my head how I could work out easily getting a staff equipped matching whatever the avatar is, and I could not figure out how to do that and have myself equip a light staff easily when curing. Because if I were to cure and I had the light staff out, that would be the last thing that I would be able to equip. Like, unless I was hot swapping like a default state in my equipment every time. Like, let's say I'm going to be using Shiva a lot, then I would have like a default equipment set to reference back to. I didn't see it. I couldn't see a reasonable way to do it. Although I do need to make a little edit. Need to set up a Sheeta cast. I do have Lewis Sheeta cast. Which, for also hello Worldzilla. I hope that your streams recently have been going good. I meant to catch your stream earlier. It's a shame that I didn't. I'm a very naughty boy for missing that. I did use a Sheeta cast before. And a Sheeta cast, I had an easier time understanding over Lua Sheeta cast, even though Lua Sheeta cast is ostensibly, allegedly easier. It's more capable. It's also, in my very personal opinion, infinitely more confusing. I mean, like, I know that intelligence isn't a paladin's forte, right? It's one of their lowest stats, if not the lowest stats. But I could understand roughly what I'm doing with the Sheeta cast. I had to actually ask the Ashita Discord people that manage Lewis Sheeta cast what to do, and like I'm pretty good. I'm pretty techie. I mean, I'm self-described as techie, right? And I could not figure out for the life of me. Like, it was coding language, basically. I opened up by saying, "Hi, Sumi. Bye, Sumi." I opened up by saying, "Listen, I'm like a monkey that's trying to bang sticks and rocks together to make it so that when I kneel down, I equip the thing that gives me more MP per tick. Help me, please. I'm not going to understand a lot of what you say, but gosh darn it if I'm not going to make a good faith attempt." And they, you know, they were a little bit terse, because it's like a rocket scientist trying to explain to you know, Timmy and Jimmy how make rocket go. Like, I understand that rockets go up, but like I need to make my own rocket. Can you explain to me exactly how much strawberry jam I should put into the rocket fuel? Is that something that you can do to help a brother out? That's pretty much how I sounded. You're the same way? Good. I'm in good company then. Let me see if I can be a gamer. No, I can't. I have to get Fenrir out. I don't think it's been a full minute. Maybe it has. I don't have a lot of my austere gear. I won't. I mean, by a lot, I mean I have literally 0. till level 50, and then I have... That's fine. That is okay. I'm just going to keep out the Fenrir. I'm also going to slam back another Yag drink. It costs, I would say, about 20,000 to make 36 Yag drinks if you're doing it yourself. If you were to buy it off the market, it's like 54,000, so it's quite a savings. Dark Crystal prices have become more sane overall. I need to be rescued so I can go to bed. I cannot move. I'm so sorry. You have to forgive me. I cannot get up. We can do an exchange. I can try to lure her over here with promises of treats, and then you can get the treat. Would that work? Okay.
Ellie, do you want a treat? Come here, Bobbis. You want a treat? You want a treat? You want sausages? Good girl, Bobbis. Okay, now quickly treat.
Quickly treat! I broke myself. Fuck, I knew that was gonna happen. You screwed me, wife. And not in the fun way. There we go, I recovered somehow. Jesus. I've apparently decided that I am Fenrir. I'm not doing the supporty buffs that I honestly should be swinging in there. But Fenrir is doing some decent work. Let's edit the Lua because it's giving me some kind of error message that, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really understand. What is it saying? Oh, I missed something. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. I honestly have no idea. Reload. Black reload. Okay. It's the ninja is saying that he can't keep hate. Oh fuck, I'm fucked. Repeat that. Ether is fine. Save the little baby. My yak drinks have sold like hotcakes the last few days. It's one of those items that if people aren't careful, and by people I mean the ones that are needing to make use of it, they can spiral out of control. When Dark Crystals semi-recently were 5,000 to 6,000 per stack, it was a wild ride, man. Trying to get them produced cheaply, and they went up to like 1,500, like 2,000. But even though Dark Crystals have gone down, congratulations. Even though Dark Crystals have gone down, the prices of Yak drinks have stayed the same. If Yak drinks weren't like, Yak drinks go really fast, so if you're looking on getting a return insanely quickly, Yak drinks is the thing that you should make now for sure. Mushroom stew is where I'm concentrating most of my cooking horsepower. There's a better way of saying it, but I did not find it. Because mushroom stews sell reliably and quickly and for a profit, but not so quickly that I feel like I have to be constantly restocking the auction house. You're probably restocking that shit all the time. Stew? Yeah. There's only two mainline issues with making mushroom stews, like as your core product. That is the fact that harvesters have started to realize that they can sell puffballs stacks for like 8 million gil and people will still buy it. Mushroom stew producers have only recently up here to understand that it's probably not good for them to buy puffballs out of what I assume to be desperation to try to keep milling through as much profit as possible. People tell me that there's like I don't know where my headspace is going to be on that. I think what I was going to say is that there's no real equivalent to mushroom stew on most mage jobs. Most mage jobs that are expected to heal, like even black mages might consider using mushroom stews over something like roll and berry pies or whatnot, just because you get the enmity reduction and you don't really lose out on much MP, but you get like literally 4 to 5 times more MP per tick. And just maintaining MP, that matters. The closest equivalent that I've found in this game that you can reasonably get is Crimson Jelly for black mages. Crimson Jelly, even though the tooltip is wrong and it tells you that you're losing 6 intelligence, you're actually gaining 6 intelligence from what I understand. I'm not a black mage, so I've never tested it myself, but that's what people everywhere are saying. And by everywhere, I mean on Discord. It does give you, I think, 2 MP per tick. And I think a percentage amount extra MP, but don't quote me on that. Shroom Stew is great for every caster. I would agree with that. Especially when damage dealing through your magic is your bread and butter as a black mage. That entity reduction definitely adds up over time, or should I say lessens over time. Somebody unironically mentioned to me that a good equivalent to mushroom stew would be ambrosia. And my response internally at the time and externally now is no shit. No shit it is. You're telling me that the best possible food item is good across all mages? Yeah. Yeah, sure fucking hope so. If you're not familiar with what ambrosia is, you need to combine a cursed soup with an abjuration item, which I think drops from shit and sky. And it's EX, so you can have as many of the EXs as you want. You just need to obtain the abjuration for each instance of ambrosia that you want. That's not really feasible. You can't just waltz up to the auction house and buy an abjuration or a whole ass ambrosia. It's not really an argument. 40 MP, 4 mine, -4 enmity, 5 MPH. Like the MPH to me would matter more than the whatever ostensible increase, uptick, small or otherwise, you would get from having the intelligence from Crimson Jelly. Or whatever it is that you end up picking. Like Roll and Berry, I think, is like plus 50 MP and like plus 4 intelligence or something. If you're looking for something that is cheap as shit, Roll and Berry is where it's at. Mushroom stews are, when you make them, cost effective enough to be like, yeah, this is basically like a steal. It's an amazing gain for like 3,000. It takes like 2,500 to 3,000 depending on whatever psychosis or percentage amount of psychosis the puffball dealers are going for or selling them for. It's a 3-hour food, yeah. So if you're not expecting to die, and let's be real, who is? It matters. I honestly should be trying to socially engineer this thief into weapon skilling at the beginning of fights, which I think is what he's doing now. Which is all well and good for me. Sounds great. Maybe I get some cheeky summoning magic skills in here by like throwing out like a shining ruby or something. It might actually be more cost effective. No, that's stupid. Don't think like that. I was gonna say it might be more cost effective to just be attacking with Carbuncle, but I don't think Carbuncle... Can Carbuncle do anything that the thief can set off of? And by anything, I mean anything that's good. Pepperidge Farm members. Save the baby. You need to pound back another Yag. You need to Yag off in this party more often. Me 100%, if I don't die in a party, I'm not doing my job hard enough. The only time I really expect to die is if I'm a tank. And as a tank, I would be eating mushrooms too anyway. Or if I'm playing as a white mage, which I might not. I mean, so me getting access to a Vermi cloak gives me an excuse, a big excuse to level up black mage and white mage if I chose, or red mage, obviously. Because it's like it's there. It's one of the best items in the game. 59 plus. So like any instance that I can use it, I probably should. The only time that I won't wear a Vermi cloak, or if I ever consider selling it, is probably if I ever get the Yin Yang robe, which is such a far flung thing for me to believe that I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna allow myself to believe it. I'm not gonna. If I get the Yin Yang robe and it happens to roll to me when I'm doing things with my fun with Jugs friends, and I spend the DKP or whatever on it, in this theoretical world that you and I are creating in real time, absolutely I'll sell the Vermi cloak, and then I'll just dedicate the rest of my existence to meriting on Summoner until Blue Mage comes out. Sacrifice? I'm a white mage though, at Ataru. I'm dead as soon as I join the party. Yeah, dude. Every time I see that there's like a Ataru white mage or a Ataru ninja, anywhere from 1 to 30, if they get attention of whatever it is, whatever flora or fauna that we're doing Mortal Kombat with, for like 2 seconds unintentionally, there's a 90% chance that the monster's crit rate is going to spike to 95%. And at least half of your health is going to be gone. And there's also an accompanying 50% chance that in addition to it critting you, it's going to weapon skill immediately afterward. There's no universe where you don't get critted in weapon skill. I've seen a Taru drop from 100% that way. It's fucked up. Kind of funny, but it's also fucked up. Better yet, if you ever come across a penance robe, that's the high quality version of the austere, isn't it? Penance robe. Holy shit, you're right. How expensive is that? I would imagine about 1,000,000%, about 1,000,000% expensive. My wife has gone to bed, which is a tell for my dog to start messing with wires and picking up her food ball and coming over to me and, hey, I gotta get going. Unexpected company. Let's go. Alrighty. The other summoner has to go. Alamo has to go. Unexpected company. How is everyone else on time? Want to avoid getting a rep unless we can give the rep at least an hour. Congratulations. I don't want to be here. That is not what I asked. What a reply though. +1. I know you don't want to be here. Nobody wants to be the ninja fighting these things. I asked how much time everyone has. If everyone's got at least an hour, I'll look for rep for null. Let's see what they say. Show me potato salad. Show me potato salad. Hit me. Hit me. Literally nobody's saying anything. No action is an action in and of itself. Nothing said is still a statement. Got an hour. I got one response. Sorry, everyone. Thanks for the invite. So true. See, well, at least we're in a place that's very accessible. 40 to 48 inv. How about a black mage? Black mage be good? Or Beastmaster? Hello, level sync 40 party. Do you need it? Position, Yoder jungle. By Crystal. We're gonna be going for at least another hour. I'm gonna make sure that they know that. Yep, sure. Looking for rep. I'm sorry, I would, but I'm level 75. I'm just 40 in this dungeon. Then why the fuck don't you have a search All right. I don't know why you don't have a search comment, bro. That'd be good knowledge. Good knowledge to have, though, dude. If only there was some kind of comment you could release into the universe. I tried to invite a Galka, no flow. I don't know if you're still here, but I tried. Low level sync 40 party. Do you need it? Position, Yoder jungle by Crystal. And then very quickly, we're gonna Moonlit charge instead. Wrong key press. My bad. We're gonna keep him out. I don't know if this is gonna create anything. I doubt it. It did not. Let's go. See all 40 to 48 invite. Hello, level sync 40 party. All right, we're gonna run at least another hour. Is that okay? The party has been good. Someone just had expected family drop in. Okay, he is fine with that. We're all Gucci. Welcome to the party, Arart. I am a rarity to have you. Welcome. Welcome. I think we've been creating distortion. Don't quote me on that. I mean, you should be able to quote me on that, but don't. I'm 99% sure it's distortion. I could also be a fool and a charlatan. Having a black mage in this party that we're regularly SCing in is going to be a boost for sure. Should I drop to find a telly? Yep. Prob. I forgot he needs a telly. A little bit of egg on my face on that one. I want to see if we can poison nails. Skill chain 40. Not 4. I would like 40, please. 40. Summoner. Thief. Activate skill chain. Poison nails. Okay, we can create poison. We can do distortion still. Crest of Fang is also the same thing. Gonna poison nails instead. Scott. Fenrir costs 3 attack. With Yag Drink. Carbuncle costs 1 attack without Yag Drink. Same result. Viper Bite. These Carbide gloves are truly insane. I'm just gonna keep out Carbuncle 24/7. The damage is gonna be a little bit less over time, but I'm also gonna be able to keep him out indefinitely. Which should be better instead of me having to rest. Ever? Really? Maybe that's copium, not sure. We'll see, won't we? Incidentally, this also allows me to farm summoning skill with Shining Ruby. All my homies love that. Did we get a level off that? No, we didn't. I'm really hoping that. So chat, if you have a god or can obtain one in the next, I don't know, 24 hours, if you could pray to them and ask them kindly to please, you don't even have to know what tech it is. Just ask your god or gods or goddesses to please send me the 2nd or the 3rd technician that I got so far from my ISP. They're the ones that already know what they need to do. Or Satan. if you are a Satan enjoyer, I will also take that too. I don't really care what the flavor of assistance is. I just know the noise that it makes when it resolves my internet issues. But I don't know. It says that we haven't dropped any frames. Is that right? That can't be right. We've been going for like an hour and 20 minutes. Maybe they fixed something in the back end or in the background and they're just gonna act like I'm the idiot when they come here. But it did that intermittent issue where it buffers and sometimes it's severe enough to just outright disconnect. Like 7 times during our Barotrauma stream on Saturday. I need to make sure that I don't have a call out for this. Poison nailsing tea. Is Carbuncle doing damage? I can't fucking tell. He's just a little squirrel. I'm assuming he is. In any case, I'm gonna have him out forever since I have these Carbuncle mitts. I'm like a Beastmaster, except they don't have to pay for jugs. All my homies love that. It is pretty insane to think about, though, that with the Verm Cloak or the Austere Robe, I have both, but with both, like the Carbuncle Mitts and like the Austere or whatever, I don't pay for Carby. It's fucking psychotic to think about. Like, he's not doing good damage, but he's not doing bad damage. I'm watching him now. Like I eat, sorry, I don't eat the bottle. Like I take a yak drink and I'm gaining MP with the melt. Kind of bonkers. I don't think it's a sizable difference. I'm gonna put a poll in chat. Manage poll, new poll. Marrow preferences. Era trauma preferences. Avoid Final Fantasy 11 time. Can take at Final Fantasy 11 spot sometimes. Times. How do I do this? I don't want to say replace because it's not replacing it. Give me a second. I gotta cook. Shining Ruby me. Let's see. Can take over sometimes. How do I word this? Can fill Final Fantasy 11 slots sometimes. I don't care about Barrow trauma. Okay, if you're paying active attention to your fun screen and you're either aware or you've been there for us playing Barrow Trauma on Saturdays and really enjoyed it, this is your time to shine. I'm gonna run this poll for, I don't know, 5 minutes. And you tell me if you care about Barrow Trauma enough that I run a second instance of it somewhere in the middle of the week. So we would have Barrow Trauma 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. There's one option on here. I'm just gonna run it. There's one option on here that says, I want you to avoid Final Fantasy 11 time if possible, in which case we would probably do like a special instance of it, like Tuesdays, Thursdays, maybe. Or if it's okay for me to stream it in place of Final Fantasy 11, say on like Wednesdays, which would leave Mondays, Fridays, guaranteed Final Fantasy 11 time. Or if you don't care about it at all, and you just want me to do what comes natural to me, the third option is there. Ultimately, I just want you to be happy. Because you're my babies. Right? I gotta make sure that you're pocking out of your gourd every second that you're latched onto my stream. It's important. It's important for your psychological well balance. If you're not getting your daily requisite dose of endorphins as a direct or indirect consequence of consuming my content, TM, natural to you should be good. Hi, Mono. I probably could have reframed the third one as I don't care either way. I hope that your Monday has been good. I know that a Monday being good is kind of like an oxymoron in and of itself. But it's got to be good sometimes for some people. I mostly try to stay on top of my own mind throughout Mondays and try to willfully suppress active feelings of annoyance from the fact that the workday has started and there's nothing I could do about it. It doesn't help that my place of business right now is doing fine, which sounds great, but it do be a corporation and all that. So because we are caught up on work, ostensibly for the first time, and I would, from what I understand, like years, corporate doesn't know what to do with this information or this environment that they find themselves in now. So they're just like creating goals that can't reasonably be met, that sound good if you're middle management or above, Hell yeah, we got 42. Let's go.
Excellent.
Woo! We can stay at 42. 42 enables us to have a pretty good cadence. So we're caught up on work, and instead of doing what I would consider to be the right thing and letting people just fucking relax a little bit, like lay off the gas. It doesn't have to be an all gas no brake situation. Yes, I recognize that you're paying me per hour to do bespoke functions, and I get that, and I could do that just fine. But like, considering that my workplace is actually caught up on work instead of being serially behind all the time, you can let off a little bit instead of like inventing new targets all the time. Probably the most cursed thing that's come out of them so far is them suggesting that if we stay caught up completely for like a full month, we might be able to have like a extra day of PTO time for Christmas to spend with our families. And they were like, it's not incentive, it's a bonus. But the thing is that what I've learned is that when they frame, and by they I mean corporations in general, but you know, that also includes my workspace or workplace. When they frame it as an incentive, it is a fucking trap. 3 levels off, Carby perp, going up 1 a tick. Okay. That's fine. 2 a tick is nothing. With the ag drink, that becomes 0. When your corporation tells you that it's whatever you're working towards has like an incentive attached to it, it's a trap. Okay? If it's not commission and they say that XYZ is going to happen if you do the thing, and do not do not like destroy yourself in order to meet said expectation. Because what that allows them to do, and has done in my case, is that it allows them to be like, oh, so you could accomplish this thing the whole time. You just chose not to destroy yourself in order to make this reality possible. So we are now going to expect you to hit this new bar without said incentive. It's all just traps. It's all just a series of traps. It's middle management and above trying to keep themselves relevant, and then basically pointing at the people that are below them and being like, hey, why aren't you destroying yourself properly? Or like, why are you resting for like 2 seconds? Who told you that you could take a deep breath? Now take this pizza party and fucking get back to the mine. Get back to the mine. You harlot. They don't say harlot, but you know they're thinking it. You know it's occurring to them. All that juicy summoner magic skill, dude. It didn't even occur to me that multi-hit anything would skill you up multiple times until I got access to whatever. Oh wait, no, it was access to Moonlight, I think. And I was like, are you telling me that I didn't have to suffer through like skill up parties in order to make this a thing? I don't know why it was such a weirdly placed epiphany. You got a pretty good return on that. Can fill Final Fantasy 11 slots sometimes. Now that's not to say that I'm gonna be like, okay guys, from now on Wednesdays is gonna be Barotrauma Day. I still have to work with my group. to determine if they're actually as on board as they imply that they are. A few of them I can basically take them at their word. A couple of them, a couple of said friend group are those people that are like, yeah, I forgot I have to watch my balls that day. Or it's like the day of and they had all week to like accommodate washing their balls, and then like 20 seconds before go time, they're like, yeah, I'll be there in an hour. Or like they have like an emergency ball washing session that they just can't get out of. Like it's incumbent upon them. What are you saying right now, Lamau? Are you in chat? Are you in chat right now, Spike? I'm assuming so because I've said literally nothing. We're talking about washing our balls. And barotrauma, which, you know, barotrauma is water. Hello, Spire. What are any of us saying? So it's very likely that we'll try. Like I have to make sure that I balance carefully this pile of plates atop the stick that I'm using to spin said plates that are my streaming days around my wife. My dog is desperately trying to get my attention. She does this, of course, not when I am available, but when I'm streaming. So for self-preservation reasons, I have to approach an additional streaming day on like Tuesdays and Thursdays very carefully. Scott is almost dead. I know she'll say yes. I know that she'll be fine with it. Like Tuesdays and Thursdays are typically my days to make small improvements to OBS, to yell at my ISP, to take care of chores around the house, to do things like look for other sources of work whenever my corporation annoys me, things like that. And spend time with my wife, or is also like those days. But she understands and supports my streaming. So I could explain to her like, hey, would it be cool if for like maybe a month I do like a special spooky sub month, like spooky sub September or some shit, even though it's past September now. So I'd have to come up with another clever name. And she would probably say yes. She would probably be like, as long as you're gonna personally be okay, that's fine. I don't know if he wants me to... I don't know if he wants me to go here. Probably not. Thank you, Crucian, for donating to the Stoic Stream Challenge, where it's like to say something Stoic redeem, except I literally never shut up about it for 3 whole hours. Should be fine, I think. I can heal while White Mage rests. And that part's true. I can heal while the White Mage rests. I can also keep Carby out. So it's like I'm a bard. Like I'm a bard White Mage Beastmaster. Like I've been telling you people this whole time. There was somebody recently from a place of good intentions, mind you. They because this is like a long running joke now. I don't know how long have we been doing this summoner main heal joke for, like 2.5 months or something like that. You and I, this dance we do, this web we weave on stream. But they were like, summoners can't be main healers because they don't have natural healing skill. Which is very, very odd. Yes. I do not actually believe... Let's just set the record straight. I'm going to account for my sins in real time right now. I do not believe that summoners are by design, in and of themselves, main healers. Okay? Gasp away, like either now or later, in the comfort of your own home. If you feel the need to gasp, just let it out now, or forever hold your penis. The summoner needs to be white mage in order to grant a grain of truth to this complicated tapestry of new era plus possibilities that I create for you in real time through my oil, sweat, and tears. Hello, Just Jim. The thing is and this is betraying my ignorance right now. I don't even know what healing skill does. Does anybody know what it does? And I don't mean like literally. I mean, like if I know that it's supposed to help with healing, right? But I just healed for 173 health off of a cure 3. If you had twice as much healing skill as me, would that mean that you would heal up to the cap? Like, how much does healing skill matter? I just didn't follow any of that. So true. I don't even follow the shit that I say sometimes. I don't feel like I need healing skill.
This man is more dangerous than he seems.
Thank you for following. World, I don't know why it didn't play the sound. It really should have. Is it not playing? That's so strange. Why didn't it play?
This man is more dangerous than he seems.
Like, you guys heard me replay it just now. I know for a fact you did.
Tortured and reclusive. This man is more dangerous than he seems.
Not sure why I wasn't followed the entire time. That's perfectly okay. There's only about 800 million bazillion Horizon 11 players. It's a very popular double-decade-old MMORPG. Probably because we're so sick and tired of MMOs handholding that we naturally return to and stream for the game that's the most unapologetic about pushing our shit in day in and day out. I need to get this poison nails out. It increases the strength of your heal and decreases your chance of getting interrupted. Yeah, but you never get hit. Jesus be ballin'. A shining ruby just a style. Just a style on the kitty cat. If you're not a regular purveyor of the dopamine provisioning that is my, I don't know what the fuck this sentence is gonna go, dude. I don't know where I was gonna go with this. If you like my content, make sure that you mash that follow button. It's an action that's free to you, but it means everything to me. And I'm not just saying that because it's hokey to hear that line come out like that. It genuinely helps the algorithm point other people towards me who may also enjoy said content. Plus, it's almost imperceptible, but it does give me a little smile. You have to really zoom in. You have to really zoom in to see it, but it is there. On retail, my Bard White Mage is about 700, 800 Cure 4, and with Slash Scholar it goes up to 970. I've always thought that Scholar was really cool, but I'm very ignorant on how it's different from a Red Mage, except that it concentrates more. Like, can it refresh? I mean, this is a stupid question because I know how retail is. Just like back in the retail day, I wasn't exactly good at Final Fantasy 11, so while I knew of Scholar, I was like, I don't understand. Is it just like a college student themed red mage? Even though that's a gross oversimplification, and I recognize that. I try to show love to all the Horizon streamers. There are a lot of us, so things get mixed up. Yeah, there's more of us all the time, which is great. I honestly think that more streaming brings more visibility to a great server. No, that's fine. I think that's okay. This server deserves all the attention that it gets and more. I think that Final Fantasy 11 is a game that is so reliant on and benefits from its community that, generally speaking, most people should, I almost said get a hit of it just once, which let's just use that as our proposition. Y'all want to take a hit of this Horizon? It doesn't, like, even with the AI upscaling of the textures and whatnot, it's not what I would consider or argue to be a good looking game. It is a fine looking game, but mechanically, you're not really gonna find much else out there that lives and dies by your brothers and sisters in arms. Your fate is decided by the white mage choosing to get up and healing you within about 5 seconds of you getting critted for like 5,000. Or the paladin waking up and using Sentinel like the moment it comes off cooldown when the Taru is getting torn apart by corals and Yoder jungle. Thank you, Cyber. I appreciate it. That's not feeling, I think. The thief has TP, which means that's our time. Go get him. Herbokel's kind of cute. The animation work is great in Final Fantasy 11. Visually, Final Fantasy 11 obviously doesn't hold a candle to Final Fantasy 14, but they're also like 15 years apart. I enjoyed Final Fantasy 14 for what it is. Final Fantasy 14 do be like a theme park, though. Final Fantasy 11 do be like a sandbox. And there's nothing wrong with either. Like, if you're a theme park person, theme park's right there. If you're a sandbox person, Final Fantasy 11 is right there. If you're a guy or gal that likes to bounce between the two, both, I mean, one costs money and the other one doesn't, at least in this specific circumstance. Like, you don't play my private server subscription. I need to get out Carby and throw... Alright, which one are you picking, though? You're both attacking two different things. Please don't die. That's fine. That's okay. I accept my fate. Not if I heal. Oh shit, no, I didn't mean to heal. Fuck. Fuck. It was on Carby. Okay. It's on Carby. It's on Carby. Nobody fucking move. Nobody do anything. Nobody do anything. Just let Carbuncle, just let him breathe. Why is it going after me again? Stop. Just focus. I'm not going to do anything. Just stop. I'm so scared. I'm so scared right now. I'm good. We're good. We're schmoovin'. He's focused on Carbuncle. Carbuncle has all the life in the world. The white mage is gonna fucking die. It's spicy. It's spicy right now, chat. Okay, we gotta heal the ninja a little bit. I value the ninja's life over my own. We just have to do little spritzes, just little happy trees. We just have to do little happy trees with people's life. And we're golden. Keep them out of red. That's the name of the game right now. Use Shiva to sleep it. Maybe. I feel like we're gaming right now. I don't want to take Carbuncle off the. Never mind. The white mage is dead. Do I have raise? Did they have re-raise? Congratulations. That was a well managed level up. Oh, the white mage was silenced. I didn't even realize. I played this game before. Could he be watching? Let's take a yak drink. If I need to, I'll pound back. Yeah, I need to. I need to slam back a yak drink. Or pro either. That's why we have a park and pharmacy. Just for such a circumstance. Let's poison nails. I should have enough enmity shed now to heal the ninja a little bit. Need to stop looking at Scholar as a red mage. It's either a white mage or black mage, depending on what your party needs. I do remember that. Yeah, red mage being a gross... Like, Scholar being like a red mage with a different hat is a gross oversimplification for sure. I do remember them being able to swap between the two. Or emphasize one school. Which is a more thematic way of explaining it. Or expressing it, rather. Okay. That was spicy. For sure. If I had remembered, I'm going to be honest with you. If I had remembered that Shiva could sleep Ka, we'd probably be... The white mage would probably have not died. Let me make sure, for copium reasons, that Shiva did not have access to that yet. She absolutely did have access to it. You were absolutely right. We're still getting used to some aspects of Summoner, and by we I mean me, and that I have thrown summons onto links before. But for some reason, in that instance, the whatever neurons I needed to speak to each other did not fire. Like, maybe one or the other did. I don't know. I don't know if you're here in chat, Kirby. Are you here, Kirby? Are you here with me, or are you here with me? What do you call a chicken? What do you call a chicken staring at lettuce? What? Waiting for the punchline. A chicken sees a salad. That was good. would not describe myself as a Kingdom Hearts stan or Kingdom Hearts head, but Dearly Beloved as a track fucks really hard. Almost incredibly hard. Kingdom Hearts for me is what the Trails of series is to me, in that I mean, Trails I know is good. Like all the way through. People are like, you have to play all the Trails games, but you have to do it from the beginning. I'm one of those people where if I know that there's like a massive series of games, rather, like a giant megalithic library of titles that are linked to each other story-wise, which there isn't too many of those, but Trails and Kingdom Hearts is one of them. I feel obligated to play them all, which in the case of Final Fantasy and Trails and things like it is fine, as long as most or all the titles are on a system or on a succession of a system. Kingdom Hearts could have had me become a Kingdom Hearts stan if they were not on every fucking system ever. That was like a big pet peeve for me growing up, was that you had Kingdom Hearts on PS2. Okay. But then you had one on like ancient mobile phone, apparently with its own important story bits. You had you had it on the 3DS. I think you had one on the DS. You had one on the PSP. I don't know what system didn't they have it on? Like the like the Wii, or do they have one for the Wii? I don't fucking know. Does it even matter? I mean, it doesn't matter now that they have the collector's editions or whatever, but still. I was always a little mad about that. Perhaps I still am. My OBS has to be lying to me. There's no way that it's not dropping frames. This tech is gonna come out and he's gonna be like, why did you send me out here? PS1, GBA, PS2, phone, PSP, DS, I believe are the only ones. When you say PS1, do you mean... Was there one on the PlayStation 1? No, Kingdom Hearts 2 was the first one.
This man is more dangerous.
Thank you, Spire, for following. I greatly appreciate it, and you. I hope that your day is every bit as wonderful as you are, if such a thing were possible.
Welcome home.
Wow, thank you.
As it is, this
wow.
These corrupted lambs, they are yours.
I gotta talk about Kingdom Hearts more often. You know? We need a poison nails, post haste. You almost had me be severely confused about about my childhood. I was like, there wasn't one, was there? Did they like? Because you know how sometimes between generations they would be like, you'd be like, yeah, we released it on 2 different generations. Like there was some Kingdom Hearts game on the 3DS that was I don't know. It was like some downscaled version, some very badly downscaled version. I don't know enough about Kingdom Hearts to do this justice. I'm gonna stop talking about it. The one thing I can tell you is that I don't like Sora's redesign in Kingdom Hearts 3. I think it's bad. Come at me. Please don't come at me. You can't come at me. Just, you know, don't let my wife know. Just kidding. Or am I? Does a little wink into the camera. NRP. I'm so one with Carbuncle. I don't even know when he's not out. Well, good thing she's not here now, smirks. Let me very quickly add 18 plus and append it to the beginning of my title. I have to check my stream. I have to check Twitch Inspector. I cannot believe that it's telling me that there's 0 drop frames. There's no way. Only 1 drop? They had to have done something in the background. I'm not crazy. There's only been 1 drop today. There was like 8,000 drops on Saturday, man. I'm not calling off the tech. If they're trying to get me to call off the tech, I'm not calling them off. I'll tell you what. What I'll do, chat, and you don't have to worry about this at all. You let me handle the finer details. Tomorrow, I'm going to run another fake stream. Probably early morning. Do not get up for this. Do not like actually like watch, because there's not going to be anything happening. It's just going to be a guy dancing on a Shiba with PS1 beach samba music playing in the background. That's all that it's going to be. If you're going to expect that it's going to be some kind of like super special, top secret, early day stream, it's not going to be it. I'm not going to be doing shit. I'm going to have it up and I'm going to be in the chat, but you're going to be wasting your goddamn time if you're expecting any kind of meaningful source of serotonin. Gotta get Carby out. Writing down my schedule and setting alarm. I'm asking you not to do that. There's even going to be a sign. There's a fucking sign and people still came into the stream. It said, no, really, there's no stream. Nothing is going to happen. Don't come in here. And like 5 people still joined. It wasn't even on the schedule. It's crazy. You people are nuts. Like the good kind of nuts. That just makes me want to come in even more just for laughs. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's just Shining Ruby. Carbuncle doesn't really have anything else going on. Summoning magic skill 122. Let's go. I was kind of disappointed to learn that summoning magic doesn't really do anything for you except mildly influence, allegedly, some specific blood packs. I think it slightly extends the duration of some of them, or at least it says so on the wiki. But for the most part, it's just there to stop you from getting interrupted. Which I don't really know what situation you would be in for it to be good that you have increased spell interruption while you're casting a summon. Like, except for the freak circumstance where you're going to be healing someone and then get hate and then realize that you don't have a summon out. And then you're trying desperately to get a summon out to help yourself. Like, make it make sense. The parser is not parsing. It's very important, especially when you solo, I guess. I guess that's true, yeah. Like when that summoner was competing with me to get the whatever the fuck. I think I blocked it out of my brain. Whatever the cooking dagger that I was so hung up about for months. It's some Tonberry. They can take like up to 4 hours to get him to spawn. Ocho, yes. Congratulations. Got about 30 minutes left in me. If people want to keep going after that, I can wrap myself. Let's get Carby out. So I will try to pin down first how my wife feels about me possibly doing an extra stream on Tuesdays or Thursdays to make sure that it doesn't really conflict with our normal Final Fantasy XI bonding time. It's very important with me that I maintain my bread and butter Final Fantasy XI schedule, so that those that do be here almost entirely for Final Fantasy XI do not feel forlorn. And then I gotta balance that with trying to pin down an actual day that my friend group is most interested in. Their time zones are wildly different. Like either they are in the same time zone as I am, or they're on the complete opposite side of the world. So some can play on Saturdays, some can not make it at all when I'm free, which is problematic, obviously, because I'm the one that's hosting the game. So it's likely that we'll run 2 subs alongside each other. Unless you change it for Horizon, it increases the length of buffing blood pact wards and provides an accuracy bonus when over the summer skill cap. That last part is probably very important. That's very important for me to know. I do remember seeing something about that, but I'd have to independently verify. I'm free either Tuesday or Thursday, so you'll have me no matter what the day. I'm glad that you mentioned it, Felicity, because I would have reached out to you, so you just saved me having to remember to do that, and I appreciate that. Would 7 p.m. Eastern Standard be okay for you? I want to make sure that I'm not taking away from anything that you're normally doing. But 7 p.m. would be both in line with my own schedule. Like, I think that my quote-unquote community is used to me streaming for the most part at 7 p.m. Even though you motherfuckers prove to me that you will just be there regardless of when I stream, or even if I'm streaming anything at all. So maybe I don't have to be as worried about maintaining a consistent schedule as I think that I do. Do you have Avatar's favor on Horizon? No. If you're describing like a trait or something, I don't think I do. No, I do not have that. Okay. We can play it by ear. I will propose 7 p.m. To said friend group and then see what they say. At least 4 of them, including myself, are going to be available, and 5 people is a good number for any sub. With the number of people that we get on Saturdays, which is very very quickly approaching 10 people, we need a bigger sub. But we'd be able to make use of some of the cozier subs if it's just like 5 people on Tuesdays or Thursdays. It'd be cute. We can make it cute. Ooh woo. Oh whoa. That's why Mage is very on top of things. It's greatly appreciated. Having Cure 3 feels infinitely nice. It feels so good to have Cure 3. It feels so right. I understand why they don't, but I do wish that Summoner had some kind of, like, I don't know, Cure 4 equivalent. Carbuncle has Healing Ruby 2 at 65, but I think that's like a Curaga 3. I believe. I'm very expensive on Hump Day, naturally, just saying. Don't worry, I'm good for it. I have unlimited Stoa coins. How many do you require? I will print money. I'm not afraid. I'm gonna hand you a blank check and you just put whatever number feels appropriate on it. I will inflate the shit out of this economy that I'm creating. While I was here, I built a house and everything. Avatar's favor is a busy era, but the people doing Horizon change so much stuff, you never know what they're adding. That's true. I forget what the what the name of it is, but whatever they replaced the Majin Gakur on Ninja with, I don't know where they got that 2-hour from. I think they just took an ability from retail and then reverse engineered it to be a 2-hour. I'm pretty sure. Because it's always been Majin Gakur. Always. On Ninja. Probably one of the only things that I did not agree with that the Horizon devs have implemented, or did implement, sorry, is Majin Gakur no longer killing you for free. If there was one use that 2-hour had, it was getting you home as a free spell, or like a free action. There was never any, like, it should have been replaced. Like, the fact that they replaced it with something that is actually useful is super great, and that I approve of. But it still mystifies me why they... like, I don't know who it hurts to have Majin Gakur just bring you down to 1 HP instead of giving you a free return. That's not even a thing on retail? Yeah. So if that's really the only thing that comes to mind that I don't agree with them on, that's pretty good. I accept death. I should have Kirby out though, for sure. Carolina needs to go out. The Shiny Ruby for fun. I need them to be nice to Blue Mage. I know that some people, I don't understand it, but I know some people take umbrage with how allegedly strong Blue Mage is on both like the private server and on retail. And there is some truth to that. The Blue Mage is horrifically powerful when it has MP, which is kind of like a forehead thing to say out loud. But Blue Mage is all about burst. Once and a lot, like the lion's share of abilities that it has uses a metric fuck ton of MP, sometimes for no reason. The one thing that it has going for it that makes it insanely strong, like categorically powerful, is Headbutt. Which sounds stupid and kind of is to say out loud. Headbutt makes Blue Mage, it gives, it's like having a chain spell stun on you all the time. The MP is basically nothing. The damage is sometimes good, especially for what the MP investment is, and it trivializes a lot of content. If they're going to nerf anything, it's going to be Headbutt. I can't see Headbutt remaining in the same state as on retail era and Eden. There's just no way. There's no way. Other than that, you could do some cute stuff that hits pretty hard every minute or so, like Death Scissors, like subbing Thief and Death Scissoring is cute. That's cute AF sometimes. If the Blue Mage is particularly good and is aware of their skill chains, they can self-skill chain and even do some pretty fancy stuff like self-skill chaining for Darkness and then MP Drain Kissing to get a pretty insane amount of MP back. Like, there's things that they can do that's like, oh, that's pretty neat. But Headbutt is the only thing that stands out to me as being like grossly strong. Like, it should, like, as a Blue Mage main, spiritually and literally in the past, it should get the nerf bat. Nerf, you need to use your bat on that. Like, I don't think it's okay for me to be duoing BCNMs, like that one BCNM where you get the Wyvern earring and stuff like that sometimes. And the whole point of that BCNM is fighting the crawler that casts magic. But like it can never cast magic because you're chain stunning it with headbutt the whole time. Like it's funny, but probably not intended. It's also one of the reasons why we got past Diabolos, because I feel like Diabolos was way stronger on Eden than it was on Horizon. Even with me chain stunning Diabolos with headbutt, it still took like we still had to use every part of the buffalo to clear Diabolos at that point. We cracked some serious omelets to make some eggs on that fight. And I was headbutting like left and right, dude. Mikage is a rework of a 96 nin ability, but very different abilities and what they do. Yeah, like I'm not gonna pretend to be a coder, but it seems like a pretty complex thing to take what sounds like a normal ability and reweaving it into something as like a 2-hour and making it function like that. The one thing I do know about Final Fantasy XI code is that it is ancient. It is this ancient, esoteric, strange language that even if you know what you're doing, and all the devs obviously do, it sounds like it is fucking hell to work with. Much less to reverse engineer it to making something happen. Like it requires constant testing, which is true for any game in general, but if it's anything even remotely close to, it looks like they found their own skill chain to create, which is cute. That's a cute thing. I'm happy for them. I hope all they do is increase the cooldown on it rather than changing the proc rate. They're probably gonna do the cooldown instead. There's a few different things that they can do. They can either make everything more stun resistant when Blue Mage comes out, which is probably not going to be the thing. They're probably not going to do that. Or they make certain content like BCNMs and H&Ms and stuff like that have the ability where like boss enemies would become more resistant to stun over time. I think the Dynamis Lord has that. Do not quote me on that. I've never fought him before. Sure, it can be. Anyone close to leveling. Or they change the proc rate, which I wouldn't like, but I would understand. Because it's basically like an 80 to 90% chance to stun, or at least it felt like it. Or they increase the amount of MP that it takes, which would suck, but I would understand that. That is one way to artificially rein it in. Or they increase the cooldown, which I honestly would prefer, instead of changing the proc rate or making it more expensive. My personal prediction is that they're going to add cooldown to it. That's what I think is going to happen. I will take D2. Alright, let me level sync off. Is there anything that I gained? Any new equipment? I don't think so. I think the next big gear gains for me are going to be 50. When all my austere stuff comes online. And my Lua is ostensibly ready to go on that. So very happy to shave off what I think is going to be 6 seconds from blood pack delays. We obviously didn't make use of the blood packed cooldowns during that fight, but you know, we were vibing. I was talking to chat was talking to me. We talked about washing each other's balls, I think, for like 5 minutes. Somebody dropped a Prime sub. It was all good. It was just we were having a good time. It was very relaxed. Headbutt has a really cool short. Fucking my brain is melting. Help me. Yeah, because Headbutt has a really short cooldown, which makes it so good. Yeah, casting it for like 12 MP every 8 to 10 seconds is fucking bonkers. When you have like 400, 500 MP at level 75, 12 MP is basically nothing for the return. Okay. That's it for today's stream. I'm gonna send you guys over to somebody else. Once I identify said person, make sure that you say hi from me. There is a person named Piju that I was not even aware of until I was made aware of it today. So we'll just be nice. We'll open up a friendly salvo of friendship by unloading a bunch of people onto her. And then we will bond through that digital interchange, whatever the fuck it is that I'm trying to say. Next stream is going to be on Wednesday. If or when I do come up with the barotrauma like extra stream, it's probably going to be Thursday if we do it. So I'll make sure that you have some kind of warning that it's going to happen when Wednesday comes around. Otherwise, I'll see you Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here and the support. Holy fuck, 20 people. That's a very good number of people to have. Hi, everybody. If you like what you saw today, make sure you mash the ever-loving Christ out of that follow button. It means a lot to me. All right, that should be a lot of the way. I'm going to raid you out to Paju. You guys have just the best one ever, and I'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye. I'm assuming that's how you say her name, Paju. I don't know. Bye, Spire. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate you. It literally only occurred to me just now that you're the same Spire that followed me. Bruh, I need to fucking go lie down. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.